How we doing? So, it's my first video on YouTube. I haven't done this in a long time, but I thought this would be a nice video to do sort of as an introduction so you can get to know myself a little bit more. What we're doing today, this cot, it's my cot from when I was born. So this is about 27 years old, this. And what we're going to be doing is essentially putting a bit of OSB on the base, and then putting loft legs and then some more OSB. Now, reason we're doing that is because my wife, she's not as tall as me. I'm 6'5". I mean, look, and touch the ceiling, I'm quite tall, right? But for herself to sort of lean over and put the baby down, it's just going to be a little bit too high. So we're going to increase the height, and yeah, we won't be putting any insulation in, but yeah, just thought I'd take you through the process. Waffle a little bit in between, but yeah. So this is our little setup outside for today. So I bought a 2x4 a 2.4 by 1.2 OSB. It's 11mm thick. Obviously got a nice table to use, and we're Makita boys, so we're just going to use a impact drill and circular saw. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to measure out the cot. I believe it's 50 by 8, but I'll double check, measure it out, measure the cot, measure out the board, cut it and pop the first layer of OSB down, and then we'll get on to the loft legs, which some of you may not know, but we use these on when we're boarding out a loft. So essentially, the reason why I wanted to do this video is essentially also explain how you would use these to board out your loft, and they're quite handy, so get to it. So yeah, it's about 81 by 51, but let's say 80 by 50. So we'll just cut the boards out and mark them up and put the first base down for us. So we just double checked, fits perfectly. So now what we'll do, we'll take it out and pop the loft legs on outside, because it'll be easier rather than putting them obviously when the board's in here. I'll show you that next. So I use this one as a template because it fit perfectly. So now we've done that, we can cut that out later. What I wanted to show yourself is, so obviously this is, say, 50 by 80. Now, how can I do it? Hold it. Okay, I'll get a few loft legs. Now, if we was boarding a loft, you don't want to create a gap bigger than 600mm. So for that reason, because we got 80 going this way, 50 this way, so what we can do, we're gonna pop one this side and one this side, because it's 50 centimeters, which will be fine. And then what we'll do, just to be safe, I mean, because it's a small area, if we done it like this and then, you know, put another one in the corner, it'll be fine. However, because especially we're using the 11mm boards, not thicker boards, what we'll do is, we'll essentially pop them like this, and then like that. So essentially for this thing, we'll have 6, and that will spread the weight evenly. Now, if we were doing a loft, as you can imagine, if we were doing a loft, we would normally then put a 3x4 beam going on top. Now, that will help with the sturdiness of the whole loft boarding platform, and we would insulate in between here. Normally, you would already have 100mm in between the joists, so these would sit on top of your joists, and you would lay the second layer of insulation, 200mm, like mineral insulation, perpendicular to the first one, and then you put the beams, the 3x4s on top, and then you put your boards. And I said, if you stick to the rule of no gap bigger than 600mm, you'll be fine, you know. Another tip which I haven't done with these ones. This is just a few lays we had left over. A tip for you guys: when you, with your screws, pre-drill the loft legs, it saves so much hassle. When you're in the loft, you're sweating, it's hot, you know, you're fiddling around, etc. Pop the screws, pre-screw them, so you don't need all four. If you just do one there and one in there, so diagonal. Of course, if you're up to, let's say if you're going up towards the wall now, you would have to pop two in this side, so two on the same side. That would be sturdy. But pre-screw the loft leg, it saves you so much time. And again, 3x4s on top. Right, so put the loft legs out. What we're going to do, pop them into the cot, and then we're going to do the second board, pop it on top and then screw them in. So now what we're going to do is put some insulation in there. Only joking. We're going to pop this. This in here. Boom. Perfect. What we'll do, we'll screw that in, and then when the baby mattress comes, we'll go on top, and now it'll be much easier to lay the baby down. And here we go. Now we're a little bit higher. The baby mattress will go on top. Happy days. So thank you for watching. Hopefully we're gonna have some more content coming for yourself, obviously with actual lofts. But for the time being and for the first video, I hope you enjoyed. A little bit of DIY, I guess. And yeah, do press that like, press that subscribe, comment if you've got any questions regarding lofts or boarding, and see you next time.